The art of creating a movie sometimes needs a little bit of movie magic for everything to come together as a final product. But movie magic often relies on high-risk stunts, elaborate sets, and unpredictable conditions. While most productions prioritize safety, some have experienced serious and sometimes tragic accidents. Today you're going to learn about 10 bizarre incidents that happened on movie sets that are hard to believe. Remember to like, subscribe, and what movie set mishap shocked you? Let me know in the comments below. This first incident is one of the most well known in movie history, due to how tragic it is. The Crow is a top-tier revenge movie with an incredible performance by lead actor Brandon Lee, the son of the iconic Bruce Lee. This was Brandon's most recognized role, but it was cut short when he was accidentally killed by a prop gun. A dummy bullet was not replaced properly, so when a blank was fired from the gun, it shot a piece of the dummy bullet into Brandon's abdomen. Lee passed away hours later at the hospital due to extreme internal injuries. His death led to a significant gun safety regulation change on movie sets. This next movie incident will give you a healthy dose of ornithophobia. The Birds, a 1963 movie by renowned auteur Alfred Hitchcock, brings a rather strange premise to life: a town under attack from crazy homicidal birds. Tippi Hedren heads up the lead in this classic horror flick with a strong performance, but underwent some abuse by Hitchcock during a certain climactic moment near the end of the movie. The most terrifying part of the movie for many is when Tippi's character Melanie is attacked by a barrage of birds. Real birds were used for this scene to create visceral fear, but Hitchcock crossed the line in this moment. Hitchcock replaced the mechanical birds with real birds during key scenes, which led to Hedren being physically and psychologically injured. Tippi claims this was punishment from Hitchcock because she wouldn't accept his sexual advances. This was kept a secret for years until Hitchcock passed. Then Tippi released her memoirs publicly. The Passion of the Christ told the brutal story of Jesus Christ's death on the cross. This movie held nothing back when showing the absolute anguish Jesus went through. Actor Jim Caviezel wanted his portrayal to be as authentic and raw as humanly possible, but throughout production, Jim went through some harrowing incidents like a dislocated shoulder and pneumonia. But one particular incident literally defied the laws of probability. Jim was struck by lightning not once, but twice. Once during the filming of the Sermon on the Mount scene, which happened to be the last shot of the film, and again while he was on the cross during the crucifixion scene. Jim described this strike as seeing pink fuzzy colors and knew the sides of his head caught fire.
I felt as though somebody took their hands and slapped them against my ears, and I saw what appeared to me was like a pink static color for about 7-8 seconds.
These freak occurrences required Jim to get 2 heart surgeries, and he didn't fully recover from this incident until 10 years later in 2014. The Harry Potter movies brought J.K. Rowling's novels to life and shaped a whole generation. These movies feature stunning visual effects, meticulous set designs, and a dedicated cast and crew. But one unfortunate incident changed this crew member's life forever. David Holmes has been Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double since the first Harry Potter movie, but that all came to an end on the set of the Deathly Hallows Part 1, during a stunt involving the fight against Nagini in Godric's Hollow. The stunt involved David being knocked through a wall, but the pulley system was too weighted and pulled too hard, causing David to be yanked backwards into a wall, which resulted in him breaking his neck at the C6 to C7 area. He was paralyzed from the chest down. David and Daniel are still good friends to this day, and Daniel even produced a documentary about David's devastating injury titled David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived. Top Gun is a classic 80s flick that gave us some great characters, an awesome soundtrack, and of course, tons of insane stunts. One of the most notable stunts performed in the movie is the flat spin. Maverick's Tomcat catches fire and enters a flat spin, causing him and Goose to eject, but Goose doesn't end up making it. There is another person who didn't end up making it either, and that was the stunt pilot and aerial cameraman, Art Scholl. He began to enter into a spin to capture the footage needed for this movie, but at around 3,000 feet, Art encountered an unknown issue and ended up crashing into the Pacific Ocean. His body was never recovered. Titanic was and is still one of James Cameron's most beloved films. Cameron's attention to historical detail, groundbreaking visual effects, and practical set design turned Titanic into a global phenomenon and a milestone in filmmaking.
I'm the king of the world!
However, there's a rather unusual incident that occurred on the final night of shooting. Someone spiked the clam chowder with PCP. 80 people were affected, including director James Cameron and actor Bill Paxton. As one crew member recalled, James Cameron was reportedly stabbed with a pen and laughed while bleeding. Tobey Maguire is many people's favorite actor when it comes to the Who's the Best Spider-Man debate. Spider-Man 2 is arguably the best Spider-Man movie ever made, but a bodily incident involving Tobey almost got him fired from the role as our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Tobey injured his back while filming the movie Seabiscuit, which was released a year before Spider-Man 2. He apparently was faking his injury in order to get a higher salary for his role in Spider-Man 2.
My back! Oh, my back!
Sony was prepared to replace him with actor Jake Gyllenhaal, but Tobey ended up apologizing, getting a physical examination, and was reinstated. This injury is joked about in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, there it goes.
You okay?
Oh, my back.
Candyman is a cult classic horror film from the 90s, praised for its storytelling and powerful performance by the late, great Tony Todd. Tony's performance in Candyman is impressive, but one incident involving some fuzzy friends really put Tony on the map as a horror icon. The bee stunt in the movie is wild. Not only did Tony put real bees in his mouth, but he negotiated that for every bee sting he received, he would be paid an extra $1,000. He reportedly was stung 23 times, bringing home an extra $23,000. I'd say that incident was worth the payout. John Wayne cemented his legacy as a larger-than-life individual.
You want that gun? Pick it up. I wish you would.
Starring in numerous westerns and wartime movies, but an incident involving one of his worst movies ended up leading to some very terrible ramifications. The Conqueror focused on the rise of Genghis Khan, one of the most ruthless military leaders in history. The filming locations for this movie were the Escalante Desert and Snow Canyon near St. George, Utah. 137 miles away from the filming site was a former nuclear testing site that was just utilized that prior year. Many of the cast and crew were exposed to dangerous levels of radiation, which resulted in many cancer cases and deaths, including John Wayne. John passed away in 1979 at the age of 72. And finally, Wes Craven's Scream, which was responsible for the revitalization of the horror genre.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Full of classic 90s movie tropes and lots of slashing and screaming, made this movie reach cult classic status. The characters of Stu and Billy gave fans a great twist.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad.
But one stabbing incident made this movie a little too real. Julie starts stabbing Billy at the end of the movie, but the stunt double for Neve Campbell missed the protective vest actor Skeet Ulrich was wearing and stabbed him in the chest, where he had a metal wire from an open heart surgery back when he was a kid. The genuine scream from Ulrich was kept in the movie because director Wes Craven felt it was authentic. Well, there it is. 10 bizarre incidents that happen on movie sets that are hard to believe. I hope you learned something new. Remember to like and subscribe. See you soon.